In our lipid bilayer, there are three different types of proteins which can act as enzymes that we are interested in. Those enzymes are known as Flippase, Floppase, and Scramblase, and they are responsible for maintaining the concentration of the lipids on the inner side and the outer side. So starting off with Flippase, a Flippase moves a phospholipid from the outside to the inside, whereas a Floppase can moves a phospholipid from the inside to the outside. Now the way I remember the two of these is Flippase has the letter I in it, and Floppase has the letter O in it. So a Floppase phospholipid ends up on the outside, whereas a Flippase phospholipid ends up on the inside. So that's how I remember the two. So if a Flippase ends up on the inside, that means we're moving from outside to inside because we want to end up on the inside. Whereas for a Floppase, we want to end up on the outside, so we're moving from inside to outside. Now for a Scramblase can move in either direction. It can move from the inside to the outside and the outside to the inside. Now, what's important to note of the Flippase and Floppase is that the Flippase and Floppase both utilize the energy released by the hydrolysis of ATP. So we're going from ATP to ADP, so we're losing that phosphate, and that energy release is utilized to move those phospholipids. Now we might ask ourselves, why is it important to have these Flippases, Floppases, and Scramblases? Well, these three enzymes or proteins are needed in order to maintain the phospholipids on the outside and the inside. For example, when we're creating these phospholipids, we want to make sure that those phospholipids are reaching the outside. Or if we have phospholipids on the outside, we want to make sure that we have enough on the inside. And these Flippases and Floppases, they also maintain the asymmetry of a cell membrane. Now, by asymmetry, I mean that in cell membranes, the outside layer will often have a higher concentration of those phospholipids in comparison to the inside. So by having these Floppases, we can move some of those phospholipids to the outside to maintain that asymmetry. And that is essentially the purpose of Flippases, Floppases, and Scramblases. We need them to make sure that we have enough phospholipids on both sides. So these three enzymes are responsible for moving these phospholipids within a cell membrane.